Hey everybody, sorry I'm a little late, but welcome to What's Cooking Wednesday. I'm Christy, this is the Second Chance Kitchen, and in case you're just now joining me and haven't tuned in before, I like to go to estate sales and find handwritten recipes. I bring them home and I make them just as they're written in my kitchen, giving them a second chance. So sometimes I find recipes, sometimes I do not, sometimes they stay with the family, which I actually prefer. So it bums me out because I don't get recipes, but I'm happy to see that they are staying in the family. So this is a little segment I like to do on Wednesdays called What's Cooking Wednesday. Very cliche, I know, but hey, I'm going with it. It's okay. So I will pick a recipe and try to make it live every Wednesday at noon Central Time. So thank you for joining me, and let me see. I've got my hands washed. Well, let me pull my hair back real quick because I am already hot. It is very muggy outside. Let me rinse my hands off real quick. Even though we're just eating, let me rinse real quick. Hang on. Okay, quick wash of the hands, and hair is pulled back, apron is on, hands are clean. So let's get cooking. Let me tell you what we're gonna make today. So for today's recipe, I found it in this gem of a box that I got last week at an estate sale. So it's one of these boxes full of handwritten recipes. I've already gone through, and actually all of these are recipes that I believe that I could make on What's Cooking Wednesday. Lots of options coming up soon. So we are good with that. But today, I found this recipe, and I'm kind of excited about it, but I'm kind of nervous. Well, not nervous, but a little iffy about it. So it's a cookie recipe, and I will tell you, it is called, well, it's chocolate chip cookies. I know it's backwards, that's okay. I just wanted you to see the handwriting. Kind of print, not really, it's not cursive or anything, so it's easy to read. But chocolate chip cookies are just about the only kind of cookie that I have not mastered. I can't make a chocolate chip cookie. I can't. I've tried every different kind of way. I've tried refrigerating the dough. I've tried brown sugar. I've tried white sugar. I've tried both sugars. I've tried dark brown sugar. I've tried, everything coming to room temperature. Butter. I've tried unsalted butter, salted butter. I've tried margarine. I've tried, there's just so many different ways you can make a cookie, and they usually just come out flat, and I don't know. I just have not mastered a chocolate chip cookie. I've tried every recipe. Don't get me wrong. I've tried the yellow bag. If you're a Friends fan, I've tried Nestle Toulouse, the famous cookie recipe episode from Friends. Anyway, so I've tried that recipe. I've tried the Hershey's. I've tried a bunch of different recipes. So today we're going to make this one. But this one calls for, and I have not tried a cookie with this in it yet, calls for Bisquick. So I went and bought, not sponsored, but I actually went and bought regular Bisquick because I don't have any in the house. And, excuse me. Pardon me. Whew. We had a storm come through last night, so it's a little muggy outside, and it's hot inside the house, and just everything's going everywhere. Anyway, let me read the ingredients, and this is all it is. Just the front of a little index card. Not a lot of directions. It gives you the list of ingredients, tells you when to bake it, how to bake it, and that's it. So let me turn the oven on. You need to have it at 375, so let me get that going. Okay. Oven is preheating. Let me read you the ingredients. It is 1/4 cup of soft butter. I've already kind of softened it in the microwave a little bit because I forgot to pull it out ahead of time this morning. So a little bit runny, a little bit soft. Now that is actual butter, unsalted, because that's all I have, unsalted butter. 1/4 cup of soft butter, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So I have, excuse me, light brown sugar, ready to go. 1 egg, 1 1/3 cup of Bisquick, a 1/2 cup of chopped nuts. I am using pecans today. A 6-ounce package of semi-sweet chocolate pieces, Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. A 6-ounce package of semi-sweet chocolate pieces. I could not find a 6-ounce bag, so I just got the regular size, and I'm using chocolate chips, just, you know, basic ones. And I did measure out 6 ounces. I weighed out 6 ounces. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Making chocolate chip cookies. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mrs. Turner. The directions say heat oven to 375, ungreased sheet, cook 10 minutes until light brown. So I've got just about everything measured out. I did forget to chop the nuts ahead of time, so I've got a couple olive, and I know it's a wet cup, not a dry cup. It's okay. It's just pecans. So I'll break up a couple more of those, and we will get the first batch in the oven. I'm not going to cook the entire batch, although it doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot. So I'm curious to see. It doesn't say how big of a cookie to make, so maybe I'll use my cookie scoop and scoop them out. And all right, so let's get started. I'll pull you down so you can see what I'm doing. And my light went out again, so hopefully it's not too dark in here. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I just got myself one of these. I found one at Aldi. I like shopping at Aldi. I found one of these containers. It's a brown sugar container, if you haven't seen it. Now, when I put my brown sugar in here, usually I just keep it in the bag it comes in, and I'll throw it in a, like a Ziploc type bag, and just leave it in the pantry. But I put this in here, and this is so soft. It is so, so soft. It came with, looks got a good section on it. It came with a little terracotta thing that you have to get wet. I might need to wet it again. But look how soft this is. I mean, it's like super, super fluffy. I mean, it's super fluffy, you guys. Anyway, I'm impressed with it. I'm glad I bought it. And big old seal. I just had to show that to you. So, brown sugar keeper. And I think you have to kind of re-wet that little terracotta stone every once in a while. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to use the big one. It doesn't say to mix your dry ingredients or your wet ingredients. It's just ingredients. So let's get to making some chocolate chip cookies. All right, so I've got my 1/4 cup of softened butter. And so we're going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I already measured that out. So we'll throw that in there. Oh, light came back on. 1 egg. Let me grab a paper towel. It's time to start saving Easter eggs for Easter again. So we'll start with this one. It was suggested I look for an egg cutter, egg scissors, egg something, where you can cut the top of the egg off. I didn't know they had something like that. So I don't have to peel it like I'm doing right now. Good enough. All right, 1 egg. And like I said, this doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of cookies. So we'll see. Let me wash my hands. All right, 1 egg, 1 1/3 cup of Bisquick. Let's mix this together. I need one of those. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Mom. All right, let's mix this up. I have not made chocolate chip cookies in a very long time, so I'm sure the kids will be excited when they get home from school. All right, that's mixed up. Now it calls for 1 1/3 cup of Bisquick. So we're just gonna dump all that in there. And I guess because it is Bisquick, you don't need any like extra like powdered baking powder or anything like that. So we'll mix that together. chocolate chip cookies. And I don't put nuts in the cookies because the kids, I mean, I guess they'll eat them with nuts, but I think they prefer them without. But this looks like a small enough batch to where, you know, I can make a batch without the nuts as well here shortly. All right, that's it. We add the nuts and the chocolate chips, and that's all there is to it. So let me break up a couple of more pecans. Almost to a half a cup, but not quite. Sometimes I'll bust out my wooden cutting board and actually use a knife to do it, but I don't feel like washing an extra, an extra something. You have to be careful though, because sometimes they have the little, you know, the little hard parts inside there, like that one, so let's set that one to the side. Okay, there we go. Okay. Just a big quote, chop. Not really chopping, but breaking apart. So let me know what kind of cookie you like. What's your favorite kind of cookie? Do you like pecans in your chocolate chip cookies? Do you prefer walnuts? Do you prefer no nuts? Let me know what your favorite kind of cookie is. I don't know if I really have a favorite kind of cookie. I used to make snickerdoodles a lot. I haven't done that in a while. Although in this recipe box, there is a recipe for snickerdoodles. So I'm definitely going to have to try that. Definitely. It doesn't look too far off from my recipe. It is different though. So snickerdoodles are always a good kind of cookie. I have a story. The first time I ever had a snickerdoodle, I was young. I don't know how old I was, probably 4th, 5th grade. I was having a sleepover at a friend's house, and her mom made snickerdoodles. And goodness, okay, well, we were probably 11 years old or so. I don't know. And that was a long time ago. And I have asked her, oh, oven's ready. I have asked her numerous times for her snickerdoodle recipe, and I'm sure it's probably very similar to the same one that I use, but I don't remember them being the same. They came out, I remember them being different, and she won't give it to me. Darn her. She says she will sometimes. She has told me okay, but she never does. And so I will always remember Karen and her mom's snickerdoodles. It's like she always had them when I'd go spend the night over there. She's also very good at cast iron cooking. Well, I don't know about her mom, but my friend is. And I'm just not real good at, I like using my cast iron. I just don't know how to clean it properly. Okay, that's about a half a cup. So I don't know if Karen likes this page or not. I should tag her in it. Let me have her snickerdoodle recipe. Okay, that's about a half a cup of chopped nuts. So we'll toss that in there. And our 6 ounces of chocolate chips goes in. Let's give this a stir. That looks like a lot for a little bit of dough. These are gonna be very chocolatey and very pecan-y. Is that a word? Pecan-y? Chocolatey is a word, so why can't pecan-y be a word? Is that a word? Picante. Not picante sauce, but pecan-y. Yeah, also let me know. So when you're letting me know in the comments what kind of cookie you like, what kind of cookie you prefer to have What's your signature cookie to make that everybody loves? Let me know if you're a cookie dough fan. I personally don't really care for cookie dough. I don't like to eat it. I know that's kind of weird because everybody likes to eat cookie dough, but I'm not a huge fan of it. That looks nice and mixed. What do you think? I'd say yes. Bring over a cookie sheet. Again, I don't normally grease cookie sheets. I just use one of these. It's supposed to be a no-bake sheet that they're well loved. You can see they're not supposed to stick to it, but they're so old that I use a mat just in case. And I've never had anything stick to it. These mats, I got them for a wedding present, so they are 16 years old. So we're just gonna do that. I don't know how much these are gonna spread. So we'll just try to do like 12. What do you think? And it doesn't say how many it makes. But yeah, not a big cookie dough fan. Although now I think all like the refrigerated cookie doughs are ready to eat. Like you can eat them raw because they don't have eggs in them. And I just think they taste different. Like I used to get cookie dough, you know, the pre-made stuff and make it at home. And it just doesn't taste the same like it used to. And I think it's just because they are now where you can just eat it's safe to eat the dough. So they obviously had to change the recipe somehow in order to be able to put that on their packaging. All right, let's stir these bad boys in the oven and see how they come out. We'll find out if they spread, if they don't spread, and all that fun stuff. So we get to bake it for 10 minutes until light brown. So let me throw these in. And let's get the next one cooking. 10 minutes on the timer. All right, let's get the next one set and ready to go. I won't make you wait. We'll just wait until this first batch comes out and then I'll let you go. But the pre-made cookie dough, like the chocolate chip one in the yellow container, I mean, it's not terrible. It makes pretty good cookies if you're in a pinch and you don't have stuff or you don't want to make them from scratch. It's not bad. Of course, a homemade cookie is always going to taste better. Or like the little pre-packaged ones, mixes that you just add like butter to or something like that. You don't have to add much to it. Those are pretty good. I know I've used like the peanut butter ones before during Christmas time and you put like the Hershey Kiss in it or a peanut butter cup. Smash it down. So this is, I think, is this just standard size cookie scoop. I know they come in different sizes. I think this is just the standard. It doesn't have a number on it to say how big it is. So try to make it to where we don't get a whole lot of just dough in this last little bit. But I'm always up for tips and tricks, although I've probably tried them all when it comes to chocolate chip cookies. So if you want to pass on your tips and tricks, let me know. So I'm curious to see, because it does have Bisquick in it, so are they going to come out like more cakey or ooey gooey? I guess we'll find out. I don't know if I'll be able to scrape enough for one more cookie. Let's try this. I love this spatula. I think I've told the story before on where it came from. I used to run a mom's group when my youngest was little. It was a mom's group that I joined when my oldest was little. And she aged out because it was like a 3 and under group. So she aged out because I found it when she was like 2. Almost 3 or something like that. Anyway, so she wasn't in it for very long. This one's not going to have hardly anything in it. It's just going to be a dough cookie, but that's okay. Anyway, so when the leader that was running it, when her kids aged out, I took over. And when it was time for me to hand it over because my little one had aged out, they gave me like a little going away present. And so one of the moms that I became pretty good friends with, I always threatened that I was going to take her wooden utensils when I would go to her house for a play date. So she got this one, and then this one as well. This one is just kind of oval and round. I don't know if you can see it. It's about the size of my palm. I tend to use this one more because the handle isn't as thick. You see this one's kind of thick. It's a little more bulbous at the end. I need to put some oil on. My goodness, it's feeling a little dry. Anyway, so she put these in the little going away basket or thank you basket. And I love it. I love this one. It's, you know, it's different and it doesn't, I don't wash it in the dishwasher, of course, but it's one of my favorite little spoons to use when I'm mixing stuff now. All right, so we've got our next batch ready to go. Let me pull you up. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Again, this weather is crazy. I know. So today we are making out of a recipe box I got last week. We're making, here's the box, and all of these I think I can make for Recipe Wednesday. So we've got some good ones coming up in the next couple of weeks. So today's recipe, we are making chocolate chip cookies. A cookie that I have not mastered, that I am not good at making. I fully admit it. And we're gonna try this recipe. It calls for Bisquick. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna turn out. So we've got pecans and Bisquick and chocolate chips, the semi-sweet chocolate chips, butter, brown sugar, and egg. That's it, pecans. I choose pecans because I like pecans better than walnuts. Walnuts are good, they're not bad, but we pecan loving family. We're from Texas, of course we love our pecans, right? They're not pecans. It's not a can that you use the restroom in. It's a pecan. So anyway, we are just waiting for the first batch to come out. So I put 12 on that one. So there's a dozen, 3, 6, 9. So 24, 34, 33 cookies. This batch made 33 cookies. So it's not a huge batch of chocolate chip cookies. It's pretty small. And hopefully they come out good. I don't know if they're going to come out cakey or ooey gooey. My goodness, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's got a couple more minutes on the timer. Do you like your cookies warm out of the oven? Not a big fan of warm out of the oven cookies because they taste like cookie dough to me. And I don't like cookie dough too much. I'll try it, but not super fan. I'm not one of those people who's just like, oh, cookie dough, it's so great. Cookie dough ice cream, oh, it's delicious. Nope, not for me. Not for me. Let me see how long we got in the oven. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. 3 minutes. Okay, again, let me show you my newest little kitchen find. This is a brown sugar keeper. And so it is super fluffy. It wasn't so fluffy when I put it in there. It's got a good suction on it. And it comes with one of these little terracotta circles that you get wet. And you just stick it in there. And it keeps it, the brown sugar, super soft and fluffy. I mean, it's like clump free. It's so soft. It's like playing with, have you ever played with kinetic sand? That's what it kind of reminds me of, like kinetic sand texture. My little one loves kinetic sand. or he used to. Doesn't play with it too much right now, but although I just don't know how often you're supposed to re-wet this. Oh, there's directions on it. Every 3 months. Re-soak every 3 months. Okay, so cool. Good to know. Instructions are right on the inside of the lid. Again, I found this at Aldi, so if you have an Aldi by you, check it out. They had a whole bunch of new items like kitchenware, kitchen items, and storage, and containers, and all that kind of fun stuff. Always find something fun at Aldi. Anyway, I wasn't sure if they carried Bisquick. I know they have their brand of kind of a Bisquick type of mix, but since the recipe did specifically say that brand, I went ahead and bought that brand. I use a lot of brown sugar. I'll substitute for white if I can. In your chocolate chip cookies, Val, you substitute for white. It's the, well, brown sugar is white sugar. It just has molasses in it, right? Not as processed, tastes richer, yes. Yes, and the dark brown sugar has more molasses in it. That's why it's darker brown. It's just molasses. You can make your own, and you can make your own powdered sugar by taking white sugar and processing it, like putting it in a food processor or in a blender or whatever, blending it up. That becomes powdered sugar. Don't know if you have to add anything to it, like cornstarch. I've heard some people put cornstarch in it, but I don't know. I've never made it. I just buy it already made. Now, if I could find a powdered sugar keeper, that'd be great, because I've got a container for my white sugar and a container now for my brown sugar. Just not one for my powdered sugar. So you put brown sugar in your sweet tea? That I have not tried. Brown sugar and sweet tea. I don't know. Does it taste molassesy? Tell me how that tastes, Val, because I love sweet tea, but I'm particular with it. Like, you cannot add sugar to regular tea. Like iced tea, you can't add regular sugar because it just doesn't dissolve. You have to put the white sugar in while it's like brewing, so it you know, dissolves. I almost said disintegrates. So it dissolves. The hot water dissolves it. And I love my tea maker. I've got I haven't made sweet tea because I gave it up for Lent, but now I can have it. So it's one of these Mr. Coffee ones. You just fill that with ice, and it tells you like fill water here, ice to here, and super easy to make sweet tea that way. Hang on. Okay, well, they don't look very, I'm gonna have to give them another minute or two because I don't think they look light brown. I think they look a little pale still. So let me give them another minute or two. Yeah, let's give it another 2 minutes. So that would be a total of 12 minutes, and hopefully that's not too long in there. They look like good cookies. I don't know. We'll have to see how they turn out. While warm. Yes, you have to add the sugar when it's warm because it's just, ugh. And you can't use the pink stuff or the yellow stuff because that's just, ugh. You know what? Just give me the regular sugar. I'm not going to overdose on it. I don't drink like a gallon of sweet tea a day or anything like that. But if you're going to do it, I say just do regular sugar. Or I'll have to try the brown sugar. I don't know. Brown sugar and sweet tea? Well, I don't know about you. But you know what? I will try it. I won't knock it till I try it. So I will have to let you know how it turns out. Brown sugar sweet tea. I would definitely give it a different taste. Now, you know, I don't like lemons in my sweet tea. If I have to drink unsweet tea, which is just, ugh, I will put lemon in it. But if it's sweet tea, I don't like lemon in it. It's just, I'm weird like that. Take as much as white sugar, just a warmer sweet, if that makes sense. I could see where it'd be like a deeper flavor. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll have to make a batch of sweet tea today and let you know. Just got to figure out how much to add because I know how many scoops of white sugar go in my tea maker. I know how much to do, so I have to play with that. But I'm not going to knock it. I will try it and take your word for it. And hopefully it's good. Good. So the pecans I got today were also from Aldi. And my light went out again. What is it with this light? This light will not go on and off all day. Or if I'm in here cooking, it won't. Just when I'm trying to do a live. So it flickers on and off. 2 minutes is up. Let's check. Okay, that looks a little better. Let me take them out of the oven because the oven light, of course, is different than regular light. Let me get my shells out. Okay, yeah, I see those are light brown. Let me pop round 2 in the oven. And I'm not going to make y'all wait. We'll put 12 minutes on this one since those stayed in for 12 minutes as well. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. Bring it over here. Bring it back down. All right. Can you see them? So they didn't puff up like cakey like I was thinking they might because of the Bisquick. Ta-da! There's my ta-da. Gotta do it. They look good. They smell good. Smell-o-vision. Let me waft it your way. Smell-o-vision. And yes, Christmas pot holders. Smell-o-vision. Now, should I leave them on the cookie sheet for a few minutes or should I put them on a wire rack? Decisions. So they did spread some. I think if you put any more than 12 on here, using the cookie or standard size cookie scoop, they're going to run into each other. Although I kept them on the mat, and as you can see, there is still room along the edges, so you might be able to get one more row across this way if your cookie sheet is the standard size of cookie sheet, I guess, an air baked cookie. So if we moved them down, I think there'd be enough for one more row of 4. I don't know. They spread, but they didn't spread a whole lot, which is good. This one looks really good up here in the corner if you can see it. Kind of kept a nice shape. Oh, the light decided to come back on. I'm going to let these cool off a minute because, like I said, not a big fan of hot cookies. Let me get a wire rack out. Okay, I'm going to put these back over on the stove and then we'll move them to the wire rack. They smell good. They look good. I'm impressed. And I hope I find more chocolate chip cookie recipes because I would like, I need to wash my pot holders. I would like to have like multiple ones and then give input. Like this one was chewy, this one was hard as a rock, this one did not taste good, this one did taste good. You know, all that fun kind of stuff. All right, where's my spatula? Okay. Whoops. So they're sticking a little bit to the mat. I mean, they're not really sticking, but they're definitely not sliding off super easy because there's no oil in these except for the 1/4 cup of butter. They are still hot because the chocolate is melting on the spatula. Oh no. They smell really good, but you know what chocolate does not smell good when it's cooking or when it's hot? Chocolate is good. My daughter I'm not going to call her weird. She is the odd one. She is not a big chocolate fan. I'm having to dig a little bit to get them off of the mat. So there you have it. 1 dozen. One dozen Biscuit chocolate chip cookies. Oh, they smell good. So if they didn't have pecans in them, I think they would be definitely thinner. I think the pecans help bulk it up some. So who wants to come have some chocolate chip cookies? All right, let's do the cookie pull. Let's see if, oh, they're hot. They're hot. Does it pull apart the chocolate? No, it didn't pull apart. It is hot though. I was hoping that you'd get that ooey gooey chocolate pull. Nope, didn't really do it. All right, well, here's to a hot chocolate chip cookie. Cheers. Let's try it. They're not hard. Maybe as they cool off, they might get a little bit hard. But they're good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the Biscuit cookie. I don't know if I've made Biscuit cookies before, but I would like to try them with milk chocolate cookies because my daughter likes milk chocolate. But these are good, y'all. I'm impressed with this chocolate chip cookie recipe. Thumbs up. I like it. Ta-da! Chocolate chip cookies. It was super quick and easy to do. And I know the lives probably what, like 45 minutes, but it's because we were waiting for the cookies to cook. 12 minutes is what I ended up baking these for. The recipe said to bake it for 10. I did them for 12, and I think they came out looking like an actual chocolate chip cookie. They were still a little pale in my oven by 10 minutes, but as always, start at 10 minutes in your oven, and then you can add from there. And yeah, I will get this recipe posted so that y'all can try it. Make a small batch of cookies. It's not a big, huge batch, and I think they are good. So I will definitely be making these again. Quick and easy, not a whole lot of ingredients because we are using Bisquick, so that pretty much takes care of all the dry ingredients. And yeah, so thank you for joining me, and continue to follow along for more recipe fun and finds. Let me know if there's something in particular you would like for me to try to find for Recipe Wednesday, or just to make in general. I still am making recipes off camera. Well, I mean, that are not on live, and things that take longer to cook and longer to bake. So let me know if there's something you want to find or you want me to find and try, and I would love to do that. So thank you again. I appreciate you joining me and for all your love and support, and y'all have a wonderful day. And I'm going to go eat some cookies. No, I'm not going to eat too many. You got to save some for the kids, right? They won't know I made chocolate chip cookies. I didn't tell anybody I was making chocolate chip cookies today. Just Anthony. And I told him like right before I started making them. So anyway, have a blessed day, and I will see you next week. Bye.